What's up, everyone? Welcome to the GameOverGreggy show. This is a little weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little
strange.
weird because,
Yeah.
first of all, Greg's not here. It's the first episode. It's episode 48. The first episode, Greg's never been here for a show. But it's still called the GameOverGreggy show. I imagine this would be what it'd be like if, like, say, Sally Jesse Raphael, had a guest host or something like that. Is that too old of a reference?
Yeah, I don't even know what
that's
you're talking
really
Is
about.
that too old of a reference?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay, you understand what I'm saying. The red glasses. Donahue. Is that a little too old? That's probably a little too old too.
Yeah.
No, these are good.
So the GameOverGreggy show is, I'm not gonna try to be Greg today. I'm not gonna tap on the table. I'm not gonna be really loud. And you can just tweet at him at GameOverGreggy and tell him why isn't he here? Why did he abandon us? Why doesn't he love us anymore? Why doesn't he love you anymore?
I thought he was coming back.
All those kind. He'll be back next week. He's in Columbia, Missouri. Him and Steimer have gone for vacation. Obviously, that's where Mizzou is. His beloved Mizzou. He's seeing some football games, some old friends, and things of this nature.
Antlers.
Now, I'm very excited, first of all, about our special guest. But before we do that, before we get there, let's introduce the seducer/producer. Is that right, Nick? Or is it the seducer/producer?
It's the producer/producer.
So it's
Nope.
no, it's producer. You're the producer and the producer.
You know what's funny on that? I got tied up on whether it was a / or backslash because we haven't decided yet. And I was like, and I totally screwed up my own moniker. It is the producer/seducer. Nick
So
Scarpino.
alphabetical.
Hey, what's up,
Alphabetical.
everyone?
Nick Scarpino.
It rolls off the tongue.
The pure one, Tim Gettys.
Let Tim host.
And the illustrious, the famous, the beautiful,
The cantankerous.
the can't take. Oh,
What's
No.
that even mean?
That means I'm like crotchety and
That's
grumpy.
true. That's
he's not
true.
crotchety.
You're not. I just thought that meant like
Cantankerous
cool.
sounds cool, though.
It does sound cool.
It's not a
Dameon Hatfield.
David
What's up,
Hatfield.
everybody? What's up, everybody?
Hey.
I'm very excited that Damon's here. It's gonna be a great episode, with or without Greg. Greg, why did you leave us? So on the GameOverGreggy show, we have 4 topics, 4 sometimes 5 best friends. I think Greg says.
Yeah.
Sometimes come to this black IKEA table. He slams it at some point. Then and you almost knocked the
I did.
slime bourbon,
I couldn't see
the
it.
rare bourbon slime, worth 9,000 experience points, but no gold. You get no gold, only experience points if you beat him. And we discuss various topics here. Of course, you can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/kindoffunny. You can buy the podcast at Bandcamp. It's still GameOverGreggy.bandcamp.com.
At kindoffunny.com.
Kindoffunny.com. You can
You
find
can
everything
get
at Kindoffunny.
audio or video.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
I'm not good at this. I've never hosted this before. This is like for people out there that have been watching us for a long time. This is like Podcast Beyond, where it just goes completely off the rails. Where Ryan Clements and I back in the day, you should just have to pretend that it was a completely different series. We used to call it the Fireside Chats. We did 5 of them because I can't be Greg. Tim, I can't be Greg. And of course, you can support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/kindoffunny.
Yes.
And we appreciate all of your support. Thank you very much. One of our new shows is coming very soon. We're very excited to show it to you. So let's get right into it, shall we? Let's not do this 20 or 30 minute rolling start that we usually do. I like that sometimes.
It's
Cold.
fun.
You usually do a cold open.
We're doing a cold open because what we were talking about before the show was Punky Brewster. First we were talking about Salil Moonfry. Then we were talking about Punky Brewster. Then we were talking about our friend Sherry Johnson.
These are all made up people.
And
all of this
You
is
missed
made
the part
up.
when we were talking about Salil Moonfry's boobs.
Yeah, and
We were
Salil
talking about
Moonfry,
that too.
specifically what she looks like today.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen her, but she doesn't look like she used to look.
80%
That's usually
chance
what
of the
happens.
breast
She's a
production.
good-looking woman. She's a good-looking woman.
Yeah,
She
she's
grew
very
up to
attractive
be a very, very attractive
Very
woman.
attractive woman.
It's very true.
And I was just saying that I remember her in the early 2000s in some skateboarding ad that she did, and I was like, "That's Punky Brewster."
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's her.
I didn't know Punky Brewster even existed. Like I thought she kind of just disappeared off the face of the planet when she was 12 years old, but she's still out there.
How old was she supposed to be when she was on Punky Brewster?
I don't know.
Like
10, 11, 12, something like that, maybe. Well, she wasn't like a
she
teenager.
looked
was she?
young. You saw the photo.
Yeah.
She looked younger
She
than
looked
that, right?
young.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
maybe
I'm
younger
just
than
trying to
that.
think of that young girl on a skateboard, like in a skateboarding ad. That looks weird to me. I'm trying to picture that.
Yeah, I mean it's I don't
It
know.
was the 90s.
It was-
at that point.
No,
Well, this was the 2000s. This was when she was an adult.
Oh.
Yeah, she was,
So
yeah,
for an
She was in a
adult.
skateboarding ad when she was an adult.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She was like that's what I'm saying. She was when I used to watch Punky Brewster when I was a kid. Then that character and that actress disappeared forever. And then I was at a skate shop in New York that doesn't exist anymore called New School, and there was a poster. I think it was for Foundation or one of these skate companies, and there was a picture of her, and I was like, "Who's that?" And someone's like, "That's Punky Brewster," and I was like, "No way." It's not Punky Brewster, but it was. And she was like 20, and she was like 20 something, and she was like at some point 20 something years old. Anyway,
I love how you just said, we're not doing the bullshit where we
no.
talk.
but we did it anyway. Dameon Hatfield, what's your topic?
This one is a Thai root original.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Because Ty Root's mind works
Yeah.
in mysterious.
He's a demented
and
individual.
weird ways.
He posed this to my girlfriend and I a few weeks ago, and now she's obsessed with this question. And she asks everyone that we meet up with. But so here's the question: You have the ability to teleport.
I like
You
it.
can teleport anywhere in the world. However, every time you teleport, you gain 2 pounds. 2 pounds that cannot be lost. Like you'll never
Ever.
lose those 2 pounds.
Can I lose the other 2 pounds?
Yes,
Like
you
the
could,
other
like-
100 and some odd thousand pounds that I already
so
have
like
on me?
if you weighed 200 pounds, you teleported, you weighed 102 pounds, you could technically lose all the other weight, but you'd still weigh 2 pounds.
So no matter what, I'm going to weigh 2 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the question is, how often would you use it? Where would you go? What would you use it for?
See, that's a hard one because my mind immediately goes, use it instead of booking those Thanksgiving flights. But I tend to gain about 10 pounds at Thanksgiving
Right.
no matter what.
So now you're gonna gain 12.
Due to the fact that my mother not only cooks the traditional American Thanksgiving, but also does an Italian Thanksgiving, which doesn't make any sense because the Italians don't, as you know, Colin,
Yep.
don't celebrate
No, they
Thanksgiving.
certainly don't.
Kind of an American holiday. But my mom will not let that stop her. She still does a cheesecake, 2 pumpkin pies, and a lasagna,
Lasagna,
as
right?
well.
Oh, you got
Lasagna.
So I'm thinking I would do it for vacations because looking at vacation spots, like if I'm going to South America or someplace like Africa, those flights, despite being sometimes a day and a half, maybe like 30 hours to get
Right.
to these places, tend to be insanely expensive.
Wait,
too.
hold on a second. Vacation spots like Africa.
Well, you know my wife. My concept of vacation spot
people go
is
on
sitting
safari.
on my couch.
Yeah, that's
No,
fine.
yeah, Nick and his wife going on safari.
Oh no, my wife's like, let's go look at big cats, and I was like, let's go to the vet. Like we can just
There's a cat cafe that just opened in Oakland.
Yeah, we can just
We
go
can
right
go
over
over
there.
there.
Really?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, cool.
They're opening
Very
one.
Japanese.
They're opening one here in Hayes Valley too.
Oh, interesting.
What does that consist of?
Well, it's a cat cafe.
Yeah.
So I've been to several in Tokyo, but it's basically they have like 50 cats in, and they serve coffee and tea, and then it's about $10 an hour to just hang out with the cats. And then you can
I
get,
love people so much.
well, you love Japanese people.
Yes.
And then if you buy treats, you can like pay a couple dollars to get treats, and then the cats really want to be your friend if you have the treats.
Oh my God. So,
You're
is this a
using the
Japanese
word-
thing?
You're using
Even
the word
here?
cat to mean cat, right? Where this is not a euphemism for something else.
No, you sick. And
No, I just didn't know if this
Yeah,
was like
these are
the
real
cat club
cats.
is where you go to. Like, it's like a strip club or something like that.
No,
this
these
is a
are-
legitimate feline animal that's
Yep.
sitting next to you.
Yep.
And you pay $10 to hang out with it.
Yep.
You can
But
probably
is this
buy
a Japanese thing, though, in America?
Yeah, so now they're starting to open them here in America.
Are you going to show us this?
Yes.
Is it going to be? Well, I don't even know what this is going to be.
It's
My
gonna
mind
be-
goes to pornographic,
gonna be
but
great.
I can't figure out how to make it.
Your mind
pornographic.
often goes there,
That's
regardless.
very true.
Yeah, I know. Where's my... It may take me a second to,
All right.
to find
so
the
yeah,
video.
but researching flights. If you look at flights to anywhere, because you have to remember the United States, not a small continent. So even to get to the other side of it is an expensive, very long, very most likely unpleasant experience. So multiply that by like 3 to get to Europe, or 2 to get to Europe, and then with layovers, stop offs. If you're trying to go anywhere in Southeast Asia or any of those places, you're looking at a very long, hard trip.
It's arduous.
To get someplace. A very arduous trip. So I think my wife and I would probably once a year stomach the 2 pounds just to be able to instantly. Wait, is that both ways?
Yes, every time
Oh,
you
so
try,
it's
every
4
time you travel.
pounds.
I couldn't find the video, by the way. Yeah, so the return trip, you're getting 4 pounds. Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's rough, man. You got to use this a few times. You got to only use it a few times.
But I'm saying, like Colin, you could be in Tokyo
Yep.
instantly.
You could be. I mean, I've done the Tokyo trip twice. The flight's not as bad. It's much worse going to Europe from here than it is, I think, to Japan. Especially because you have to stop at London or whatever, whatever it is. I don't know. I feel like, here's the thing is I'm like 15 or 20 pounds overweight, mostly in the gut and the ass and the thighs area. So that's going to buy me about 5 trips.
That's exactly what I'm thinking, too. Is
Yeah.
that 15 to 20. I'm like, I can get rid of that if I had to.
And then it's like, where would I want to go? I'd want to go somewhere like exotic and random. Like if I could teleport instantaneously in my mind, I'd be like, well, I'm going to dress warm. I'm going to the North Pole. Because it's just to go. And then I'm coming back. Because I can say, I went to the North Pole. I was there. You weren't there.
Let's chill with
You're
Sam.
never going to go. It's
What
literally
up?
never going to go.
Yeah.
Unless you're some sort of fucking adventurer with a pack of wolves, bring a sleigh with you, at the right time of year. No, I just went. I just teleported and I came back. 4 pounds, whatever. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I'd go to a conventional place, though, because I could never justify in my mind I'm going to be obsessed for the rest of my
See,
life. I can't get rid of these 4 pounds because I
mean,
teleported to Dubai or something like that.
See, you think you would limit yourself and you say I'd only use it for this and this, but then God forbid a family emergency happens at home, right? And then you can be home. You can be there immediately.
Yeah, it's to say like a loved one has a few hours to live or something like that. Yeah, then that's an emergency. Yeah, so maybe just having it. Maybe that's the only way you use it. It's just in an emergency.
See,
but I know I'm so profoundly lazy, Nick.
Yeah, that's the
that
problem,
like
Colin.
I'm gonna be like literally 700.
Taco Bell.
You and I know
gonna
each
get
other
there.
very, very, very well. This is how lazy I am. I buy probably almost every meal at this point because I just am too damn lazy to cook. So I can't even imagine having that at my disposal. Like, I'm talking like take the trash out. That's how lazy I would get.
Look, I'll
Where
just
it's
do it
like-
this one time.
It's
I'll
just like
teleport to the curb.
No, because I'd have to teleport from the couch to the trash and then from the trash to the
You're gonna get 8 pounds.
Yeah, an 8-pound endeavor.
Because, you know, they have this, God bless, you know, when you live with your significant other, they just constantly want you to do things that whatever you're doing, they just want you to be doing something else, if that makes sense. So inevitably,
Even
I'm
if
going
it's having sex with them.
oh
It's
yeah,
like,
they'll be like, could you go get my Cosmo? Can you get my magazine real quick? I'm like, am I not doing this right? And she's like,
No, there's like 18
You're
tips
never
on
doing this
hot
right.
new sex. You need to
yeah, but
figure
she
those out.
immediately flips
Get the
to,
ice
like,
cubes.
the newest nail selection of like colors. But yeah, I could just imagine coming home one day after a long day of work because you know we record this podcast pretty late. It's pretty late tonight. I get home. I'm
3:30 in the morning.
It is. It's like, how are we even awake?
We didn't know what we were doing without Greg.
It's so crazy.
I know, it took us 4 hours just to figure out Greg wasn't here.
We were just waiting on him. The man doesn't take up an inconsiderate amount of space. Yeah, so I think I'd come home one day and she'd be like, "Can you just take the trash out?" And I would snap and just use it 15 times in a row and be like, "Now look what you've done. Now look."
And
at
you'll be
me."
60 pounds heavier.
Just
30 pounds, I guess, because it's not the
she just
return trip
sees you
necessarily.
getting fatter.
Where are you even going? To the next room and back.
It's like you turn on Goose's glute before our very eyes.
Yeah, I feel like
Willy Wonka, what?
the emergency uses would be the most. Like you're about to get hit by a bus, teleport away, gain 2 pounds.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in like like an accident's about to happen or something.
And you just be like,
Oh yeah, what if
evacuate.
you're on a plane and it started going down? You'd be
Ooh.
like, well, later.
Y'all-
People would think it was the rapture.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Oh, the pilot was taken too, I guess."
Yeah.
'Cause this young man, where everyone else is a sinner.
Yeah.
No, they'd know me. They'd be like, "No, there's no way. There's something else happened. This guy can clearly teleport."
People would find out too, right? Is it a secret necessarily? You'd probably be a big deal. You'd be like, I can teleport anywhere, but I gain 2 pounds every time I do it. I think the
That's
idea is
smart.
It'd be a news story every time you teleport. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
he did it again.
What would your name be though? You'd have to have a cool like superhero name. Teleporter.
That's really cool.
that's cool.
Like or, you know,
Yeah.
teleport or not teleport. Tim, what would your superhero name be if you were a teleporter?
Well, see, it has to include the fact that you gain weight.
Obese teleportation, man.
That's
Very
good.
literal. Very literal.
Yeah.
How
I'm-
about teleporker?
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go. Perfect.
That's good.
Nailed it.
That's it. That's what it's
There is
I
no
want
other
to do
answer.
that. If I had that name, I would.
I think I earned it.
Yeah, I would just jump up a bit and
Jump
just
in.
be like, "Fucking, I'm teleporting all the time."
Do you need
I'm
more
the
ice?
damn
You don't-
teleporter.
No, I'm
But that's the other thing too is like if you had that ability, you would probably transcend cool. So would you need to necessarily worry about your appearance, especially as a guy? Like you'd be able to teleport in and out of banks, steal money, right? Like that one movie that I can't think about right now. Jumper. Thank
Oh,
you.
there's all sorts
Yeah,
of
it's
weird
like-
shit you can do.
Yeah.
And you could just get lipo every single time you do it. You just schedule lipo every Monday. You just go in there and get those 2 pounds sucked
But
out.
is
No,
there
no,
no
you
way?
can't
I
do
mean,
that.
it's so they're like the 2 pounds.
It'd be a different 2 pounds that you could have sucked out.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm just getting the.
I mean,
I
if
got
you
a
did
good
that,
20
you
pounds
could
on me right
maintain,
now. I could
right?
suck it. Yeah.
You're just always taking a different 2 pounds away.
But
Yeah,
I feel like
that makes
you have like some pounds. Not all pounds are created equal. You know, I feel like there's some pounds you need. Like
Yeah, but we had
you can't just
like,
get rid of it because
I'll
then
put it-
eventually the pounds that you're
pounds are-
gaining, the rest of your pounds are like bones and shit. You know what I mean? You can't get rid of those pounds.
The pounds are separate but equal.
What?
This is an interesting question.
I think as I got older, I'd be more and more willing to use it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, you have more
You give
of a,
less of a fuck.
Yeah, your body's just falling apart, and you're like, whatever, another 2 pounds. Throw 'em on. I'm going to Germany.
Yeah.
Can you take someone with you, like Jumper, where you hold on to them and they go with you?
I don't think that's how it works.
See, that's
No,
that's
I
a
probably
big
wouldn't
issue
use it as
they
much
would
then.
always be gaining it too.
Yeah, that's fine.
because I'm just
Do I
really
get to choose where they gain it?
No, that's not how it
Oh,
works.
okay. Well, then
unfortunately.
I don't know. This is not all it's cracked up to be.
I have this
That would be
situation going
amazing.
on right now where I get to fly for free, and it's awesome. But it's not so awesome because only I get to fly for free, and I can't bring anyone.
Why
with
do you
me.
get to fly for free?
Long story that I don't want to say on the show.
He's
But it's cool.
He's sleeping with the flight attendant.
But it sucks not being able to bring people, and I'm just like, well, shit, this becomes kind of useless now. So the whole teleporting thing, I don't think I'd be using it for like, vacation stuff. It'd be more for like business, like bank robbery. And
Yeah,
stuff.
bank robbery.
Yeah.
By business, you mean crime. You just straight
What's
up
interesting about this
homicide.
story is that at first glance, it's very simple, but it becomes much deeper. deeper ever yet.
It's the genius of Tyroot.
Oh God, it's simplicity at its most
Well,
complex.
see, that's the thing. Is, I would love to hear Ty Root's answer because he is a beautiful man.
Yeah.
And I can see
No
2
way.
pounds ruining
way.
him.
No way Ty Root's doing that. The man has abs like they look literally like this table.
His
That's how
abs
hard
have
they are.
abs.
His abs have abs. His abs have veins that I didn't know. I'm like, did you get those put in? Like those aren't real. Like no one has veins.
That veins
down
in the
there.
wrong place.
Like every time he'll turn, like like to catch a football or something with his shirt off, and I'm just like, you just
Footballs are just constantly being thrown at Ty Root.
when you're
And
shirtless,
he's catching him. When
you look that good shirtless, you're just getting footballs thrown at
So
you. Constantly.
they're like, you want me to throw this football at you, right?
Yeah. Hey, shirtless guy, here's a football. Yeah, thanks, man. I needed it. What the hell are we talking about?
I don't know.
Ty. No way. He's gonna do it. No way. Ty is he's like
He won't take any extra weight.
I don't think he would. Because also it's Ty. Like he's just one of those guys that you'll be like, Ty, I'm going to freaking Thailand or something. He'll be like, all right, man, have fun, and he just shows up, and you have no idea how he got there. He's like, oh man,
Maybe he's had this, and maybe he loses 2 pounds every time.
Oh, that's
He's starting to
probably
throw us
why.
off his trail right now.
That's probably why. Yeah, that's exactly right. I don't know.
Very
Just
complex.
figured out Ty Root.
It's very complex. Very complex.
What do you think? What can we answer for Greg? Do you think we could answer?
Greg, Team Fat, are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
he was
Greg
like,
would
yeah,
do it.
bring him on, right?
Greg would do it as an excuse for why he's losing all this weight and slowly not becoming team fat anymore.
He's
you
not.
know,
He's a quitter.
yeah. We have some strife between he and I right now because he's ordering salads and eating only one portion of food.
Do you think that's is it?
Colin, who ordered? What did you order? You ordered the chicken sandwich combo meal at Burger King and a Whopper also.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm dedicated. I'll work out really hard in the morning. That's the only reason. Like when I went to the doctor last week or a couple weeks ago, they weighed me and they're like, "You're 10 pounds lighter than you were last year." And they're like, "Did you? Are you eating better?" And I'm like, "No, I'm eating just as bad as I always did." And they're like, "You're exercising?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm exercising really hard in the morning."
It's good.
And they're like, "Yeah, you're 10 pounds lighter." I'm like, "Sweet." So I can have my cake and eat it too, literally.
Damn.
Literally.
It's good for you.
But as far as Greg, I don't know. I feel like he could use it as a crutch to rejoin, get out of the minor leagues with Team Fat. Come back and be our cleanup hitter like he used to be. Or he's so proud of his new physique because everyone's telling him how skinny he is all the time that maybe he's reluctant. Plus, Greg doesn't like to travel. Greg travels, but he doesn't really like to travel. He won't go international anymore. When he went to Japan, he went for fun last year, and that was the first time he went overseas in like years. If you pay attention at IGN, he doesn't go on any international trips.
Yeah,
So I think he's the least susceptible of all of us to use it,
might be true.
which is interesting.
I would. Yeah, I'd agree. I think should we call him, or is that cheating?
No, don't call him. Well, maybe we'll call him for another topic. I don't want to waste it on this
know,
topic necessarily. If we feel like we can get a better answer out of him later, if you don't feel that way, then you call him right now.
All right.
It's a risk.
I think we
It's
can
risk
get-
reward.
I think
It's
we
based
got-
not on the quality of the topic, but the number of topics.
I feel
that still
bad because
come
he's
up.
on like a vacation of some sort, right? The man never takes any time off. I don't even know what.
Yeah,
the
but
hell
I
he's
call
doing in
Greg and
Missouri.
bother him all the time.
That's true, but I don't want to bother him with work. I mean, you get anxiety about this sort of thing. You know,
It's a lot to think about.
it's a lot to unpack.
A lot to unpack. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that saying. Been hearing that a lot lately.
You know what?
Lots to unpack.
You started it in my brain.
Yeah.
Most of the sayings, like, oh my god, if I keep talking, I'll think of the other thing I say. I vacillate a lot.
Oh, vacillate.
Now.
That's a really
Vacillation
good word,
is
yeah.
an essential
And my
word
wife
in
was
my
like,
vocabulary.
where did you get the term vacillate from? And I was like, sometimes I want to do this, but I don't want to do the other thing. I vacillate a lot. And she's like, you vacillate a lot. And she's like this close from asking me to spell it, and I won't be able to.
There are certain words that are Colin Moriarty words. Myriad. is another one.
Yeah.
Now, I can't take too much credit for me. This goes so far back, as you might know. Myriad was originally a Mark Ryan word that I co-opted because we used to talk about, is it a myriad of... Because you can use it in two different ways. You can say, like, I have a myriad of books on my shelf. Or you can say, I have myriad books on my shelf.
That sounds.
And that's...
Are
that's
they both right? Or are
Yeah, they're both right.
Okay.
And that's how the word became... Like, we used to use it as a joke, and then I just actually started using it every day.
That second one sounds like bullshit.
The second one?
The
No,
second one
I have
sounds
myriad...
More correct to me.
Really?
I have myriad things. I have myriad.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting... So
yeah.
I can take credit for that, but it's not really my word.
It's a good word.
It's a great word.
One could just use variety, but you like myriad.
Plethora.
Plethora is a good word.
Well, yeah.
When I write a lot, I use a few words to describe a lot of things. Deluge,
Deluge, great word.
litany.
Why are you pronouncing? Isn't it deluge?
I don't know. I just say deluge.
Okay.
It's Colin. By the
Niche
way,
or I say niche, and everyone's like, it's niche. No.
Niche,
Colin
niche.
has a
Yeah, we say
special.
the Europeans say niche.
Yeah. But I'm not. I'm no
Technically,
European.
both are fine.
I say niche. I don't say
that's
niche.
good.
There's no accent aigu on the E though. That's not like
Yeah, but like Nick Lachey. I like
niche.
him.
I like to say niche just to pitch people off like there's a T in there somewhere.
just to pitch
Niche.
people.
I think
Well, that's what
a lot of people.
That's
say
what
niche.
a lot of Americans say.
Yeah.
They're niche.
I have noticed though, Colin, that you, and I don't know that you do it on purpose, but I think there is a certain style to the way you mispronounce things sometimes.
Like
that is
like Mario or
there's like you don't say thanks, you say thanks sometimes, and I
Thanks.
see in your eye that you know you're doing it while it's happening.
People have said
Sometimes
that I
just
say
to piss Greg off.
thanks. I mean, there's what's the one word where people commented on it. I can't remember what it is. Where it might be a th word where like people are like, you're not even remotely saying that right, and it's like an everyday word. I'm like, that's just the way I say it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Maybe that's
What's funny
You've
is
never been to Long Island. You don't know how we talk. No one's been
sometimes
there.
you say things, and I'm like, no one says it like that. It's and I'm not saying this is an insult. It is you like some words and the way you pronounce certain words are just uniquely unique to you. They're just so Colin. And the more I get to know you as the years go on, the more I'm just like, I need a thing like that.
Nick, are you kidding me? You have a million things like that.
No, I need that. I need
You
to
have
be
your
able to
own
pronounce.
vocabulary. Like
I do.
there's people can say things you say, and it's like Nick, instantly.
Yeah.
So much like skadoosh.
Yeah, I love Skadoosh.
It's like, oh, that's Kung Fu Panda. No, it's not. It's Nick Scarpino.
yeah, I stole it from Kung Fu Panda.
Skosh.
Skoshi. Yeah, little Skosh.
When I met your brother and he said that shit, I was like, oh my god. I didn't even know him. I wasn't even introduced to him yet, and he said that, and I was like, oh, you're a Scarpino.
You literally walked in. You were at Comic-Con, right?
Yep. No,
Yeah.
it was at E3.
Any three.
That's what it was, yeah. And you're like,
I haven't been introduced to him yet, and he said it.
that was the funniest thing. He's like, I met your brother, I think. And I'm like, how did you know my brother? He's like, he said, Skosh. Can you move over a skosh? And he must be Nick Scarpino's brother. It was very true.
Yeah.
He's a Patreon subscriber.
Oh, God bless him.
Yeah, he's an awesome.
He's a good man.
an awesome
Very nice
guy.
man. Very nice man.
One thing I picked up from you, Colin, was saying like I haven't done X in a minute. Like, oh man, I haven't heard this song in a minute.
Yeah, that's just
That's
just how I do it.
I got that from you.
That's just how I do it.
The thing I got from you is the
That started as a joke too, and I actually started doing that, and everyone's like, "Why are you doing that?"
That's a very Japanese thing.
Yeah, it is. It is a very Japanese
To
thing.
acknowledge that you're listening to someone that.
Yeah, like there's certain guys like I love Hideo Baba, who's a like an OG at Bandai Namco. He directs all the Tales games, and he does that, and it makes it seem really like he's very engaged. He really is like super engaged in what you're saying, and it makes you feel good when you talk to him. Yeah. Because I think he understands English, but I think like some Japanese people that understand English can speak a little bit, but they're embarrassed to speak it, but they can still understand it, and then they'll just speak through a translator.
Yeah.
I think Inafune is the same way or similar way, but yeah, I agree. I noticed that when I was there last time. I was like, yeah, it's very cool. They just have a lot more respect for everything over there than we do.
They're just the best.
They really are. They're fantastic.
the cats.
I've also started doing this one. Sometimes when my wife asks me to do something that I don't really want to do, I'll do the Colin. I mean, I guess I can do that.
I guess. Or you just say no. Like sometimes I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Oh, actually, I do this. I have adopted this one from you, where I will just sometimes and I know I'm gonna say yes to this thing eventually. In my brain, I'm like, you're gonna say yes to this, but I want to be outwardly like I want it to be known that I don't want to do this thing, and I've adopted your way of saying it. No, absolutely not, absolutely not. There's no question in my brain this is happening. It's pretty awesome.
All right. Well, that was a good topic. Thank you, Damon, for batting leadoff on this episode of the GameOverGreggy Show.